Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss social study of class 8 from the unit 1. The next lesson, that is lesson 2. The lesson 2 is about the federal system. After learning this lesson, we can know about the definition of the federal system. We can be clear about the division of the power in the federal system, merits of the federal system, it means the advantage of the federal system. And next is the challenging factors of the federal system. In the context of Nepal, the federal system is the first practice, so the different challenges may be seen in the federal system. That thing we will discuss in this lesson. Before entering to the lesson, we need to know what is federal system. Federal system is a system in which the country is divided into the different parts with autonomous power. It means different power has been provided to the different state, that is regarded as the federal system. Before the federal system, the country was ruled by the king. All of you know that the country has been ruled by the different kings for 240 years. After the failure of the king, it means that the unitary system was there in our country Nepal. It means the ruler was the king. Whatever the king used to tell, that will be the law. That is regarded as the unitary system. After the failure of that system, the people organized movements in 2060 to 63. It means that why we used to tell the people movement 2060 to 63, because that movement was organized from Chaitra to Baisakh. So that movement is regarded as the people movements 2060 to 63. Due to the large participations of the peoples in the people's movements, the king has in the monarchy rules or the king rules, and the Loktantra has been came in our country Nepal, and the elections has been held. After the election in 2065 Z15, the country is regarded as the Federal Democratic Republican State. It means that the king rule has been ended in our country Nepal. So our country is regarded as the Federal Democratic Republican State. So this is the shortened history before the federal system. Here now we will discuss about what thing will happen in the federal system. In the federal system, the country is divided into the different states. The parts of the state may be differ from the one country to the another country. In the context of Nepal, the 7 states are there in our country Nepal, from 1 to 7, and some of the state has been named, and some of the state still they has not gave the name. So it is easier to know you that state 1 up to state 7 are there in our country Nepal. So, and according to the state, they have got their different power, and the power has been provided. Not only that, the 3 levels of the governments has been established in our country Nepal, that is central governments, provisional governments, and the local governments. And according to the governments, the power or the rights has been provided to the different parts of the governments. We will discuss in a table. Okay. After in the tables we will discuss later on about the powers of the different levels of the governments, and in the central governments, the central body will be located, and it has got the 2 legislative, the upper legislative and the lower legislative. नेपालीमा हामी त्यसलाई माथिल्लो सदन र तल्लो सदन पनि भनेर भन्ने गर्दछौँ. Yes, that two levels of the legislatives are there, and in the provisional governments only one legislative will be there, and in that legislative the peoples who are elected will be participate, and they will discuss about the different matters of the provisional. And like that way the local body is also there, and the peoples who elected from the locality of our own locality used to participate in that local level governments. Okay, let's discuss about the different powers of the local, provisional and the central governments. Previously I have discussed about the three levels of the governments in the federal system, that is the federal government, provisional government and the local level government. According to the level of the governments, the power has been separated for the different governments. According to that, I have prepared a chart. Here some of the powers has been mentioned to make it clear about the different powers of the different level of the governments. Firstly, federal power. Federal power means is also regarded as the central government's power. It means that the power which is related to the central governments, that is regarded as the central power or the federal power relating to the national security. Yes, whatever the securities are necessary for all over the country, it means regarding the border. Yes, it will be clear from the example that if any conflict will be there in the borders of India and Nepal, in that context the federal power or the central governments will look after that, not about the provisional power and the local governments. They will not be care about that. The central governments will talk about that problems. Central planning, central banks, finance policy, foreign grants. Central planning means whatever the planning should be prepared in the central level, that will prepare, or that planning will be made by the federal power. Central bank, it means the banks will be managed by the federal power. Finance policies will be prepared by the federal power, that comes under the federal power. And the foreign grants, if any money will be necessary from the foreign countries, that will be demanded by the central governments or the federal governments. That is the powers of the federal governments. Maintain the international relationship, to make the diplomatic relationship or to make the relationship with the other country, that comes under the federal power. It means the federal power or the central governments make the good relationship with the different countries which are in the foreign country. These are some of the powers of the federal governments. Next one is the provisional power. Provisional power, the firstly, state civil service and other government service. Whatever the government offices are running in the provisional in the provinces, in different provinces, that used to be managed by the provisional governments. Yes, that power comes under the provisional power. Management of the land records. The land used to be managed by the provisional power. Yes, it means that the land which comes under the provisional, okay, not more than that. That land will be managed by that, and the records of the land will be used to keep by the provisional governments, or that the power is given to the provisional government. State, municipal, university, higher educations and the libraries. To give the permissions to open the universities, higher educations and to manage the libraries, that power has been provided to the provisional power. Yes, so these are also the certain powers which has been provided to the provisional power. The last is the power of the local level. What power has been provided to the local level? Municipal police. Every local level, they have got the right to admit the police. They are regarded as the municipal police. Yes, and there that municipal police will be confined within a municipality, or we can say in a certain area the police will be confined. Yes, that management comes under the local level. Cooperatives, to open the cooperatives, to manage the cooperatives, that also comes under the powers of the local levels. FM operation, it means to open the FMs, to manage the FMs, to close the FMs. Yes, that things also comes under the local levels power. Local tax, the local level governments used to collect the tax from the local level. Land tax, road tax, all those tax will be collected by the local governments in the local levels. Preservations of the art, cultures, language, yes, of the local level, the arts, cultures, language will be preserved by the local level governments. So like that way, all the different powers are also provided to the local levels. Not only the local levels, municipal governments also they have got lots of the powers. Like that way, the federal governments also they have got the lots of the powers. But to make it clear, only the certain powers has been listed on this table. Okay. Now let's talk about the merits of the federal system. What things will be advantage to the peoples when the federal systems will be practiced in our country, Nepal. Already I have told you that the federal system is the first practice in the context of Nepal. Before that, in our country Nepal, the 75 districts were there, 5 development regions were there. So after that, the Nepal has been divided into the 7 states when the country entered into the federal system. So it also has got some kinds of the advantage as well as some challenges will be there when the country reaches to the federal system. Here now we'll discuss about the advantage or the merits of the federal system. Okay, merits of the federal system. Already I have told you that merits means the advantage. Everything has got the advantage as well as the disadvantage. So now we are going to discuss about the advantage of the federal system. What things will be happen or what benefit will be seen after the establishment or after the practice of the federal systems in our country or in any country. Okay, the first maintains close relationship between the state and its people. Yes, already we have discussed that the 3 levels governments will be there. Due to the 3 levels of the governments, there will be the good relationship between the peoples and the state. Because if any problems will be seen in the context of people, then that problems will be circulated to the provisional, from provisional to the central governments, through which the good relationship can be established between the central governments and the peoples or the different state and the peoples. Next one, conflict may be settled at the local level. If any problems or if any conflict will be seen in the locality, that conflict will be settled or that problems will be ended in the local level in the federal system. Optimum use of the means and the resources. Whatever the resources are available in our locality, that will be used by the different 3 levels of the governments, that is the local level governments, provisional level governments and the central level governments. It means that the resources will be fully utilized by those governments. Wide participation in the government activity. Wide means the large. The large participations will be seen in the government activities, means the works. Acceleration of the development works. Acceleration means the smooth or the speed, we can say. The speed works can be seen in the development works because 3 levels governments will be there, by which the development works will be continuously processed, by which the works will be completed faster and faster. Less dependency on the central government. The dependency ratio will be decreases due to the federal system, because every levels of the governments they used to collect the tax from themselves. So the dependency will be decreases, which with the central level of the governments. Okay, these are the some of the merits of the federal system. Now we will discuss about the challenges of the federal system. Okay, previously we have discussed about the merits of the federal system. Now we are going to discuss about the challenging factors of the federal system. Or challenging are the problems which may be seen when the federal system is practiced. First one is here conflict between the states in regards of natural resources of border area. Sometimes the problems may be seen while using the natural resources because the divisions of the state has been marked on the map, not on the area. So due to that, while using the resources in the border area by the different state, the conflict may be seen. For example, when we are going to use the resources near to the state number 5, state number 6, then in that time the conflict may be seen between the governments of the state number 5 and the state number 6. So such kinds of problems can be seen only in the border area. Expensive form of the governments. Expensive means the large amounts of the money is required to prepare a governments, because the three levels governments will be there, different ministers will be there, different government offices will be there, by which the large monies will be spent for the formations of the governments. So we can say that it is the expensive form of the governments. Misunderstanding may arise between the central and the state governments regarding the power. Previously we have discussed about the power divisions of the different states. Sometimes while using the powers, the problems or the misunderstanding may arise from between the central and the state governments. That conflict may be seen between the central and the state governments. Next, challenge to maintain the equal recognitions to all the culture groups. Okay. What the people think is that when the federal systems will be established in the country, then every peoples will be equally recognized. So that thinking that thinking cannot be fulfilled, because by which the challenge will be seen to maintain the equal recognitions of all the cultural groups. The last one is about the difficult to address the demands and the needs of every peoples. Whoever or whatever the peoples are living in the society or in government in our country Nepal, they may have the different kinds of the needs and the demands. Due to which every demands and the needs cannot be fulfilled by the federal governments. So these are some of the challenging factors of the federal system. Okay, so from here I think the students will be clear about the federal system. What is federal system? What is the procedures of the formation of the federal system in our country Nepal? And what is the power divisions of the different level of the governments? What are the merits of the federal system, and what are the challenging factors of the federal system? If you are clear, then just you can look the exercise and you can complete the tasks which are mentioned or given in your book. Okay, that's it for today, and next class we will talk about the next lesson. Thank you for today. Okay, thank you.